You give me $900 and I get a podcasting system I don't know how to use. And pretend like I do. So you want me to lie?
Who's doing the intro, bro?
I guess since I'm going to have to publicly apologize.
Why serious menace? Because I'm huge. That's all, folks.
What's going on, guys? This is another episode of Wingboys. I'm Billy, and I'm here with Anthony, and I need to shake this man's hand and accept defeat. Good game. Last week we talked about playoff brackets and fantasy. It was our first week, and it was a duel of the century. It was honestly the Super Bowl, but it was the first week. And you beat the hell out of me. It was all of my number one people, the people that got me to where I was, decided that they were done playing football and were going to head to the XFL now. And Mark Andrews decided that he doesn't believe in tight ends. He's actually
That's really good.
He's actually a power forward for the New York Knicks.
Dude, these are twist offs. Oh my god.
You're lying.
Look at the top.
That's awesome. Oh yeah, you actually brought.
Why'd you bring down a bottle opener?
I had no idea they were twist offs.
Oh,
I
man.
brought the whole thing down. Anyways, guys, so we got from Wing Nation.
Don't drink from that side of the glass.
No, I was gonna put my lips directly on the shattered glass and just hope I get more than just microplastics. I want micro glass in my.
So tough that it only happened to you, though.
That's so funny. It literally was on contact. So, anyways,
Did you even touch it? Like, it looked like it just fell.
It might have
after
just-
we started talking about how it was a twist off.
he realized he got caught. But so we went to Wing Nation, and we got hot honey barbecue for Anthony.
This one. We got the Cajun and
The mango habanero, which are two safe ones. But I was very interested in the hot honey
Try this
barbecue.
hot honey. That's really good.
Phenomenal. I'm very excited for the rest.
I'm not getting too much hot, but I am getting the honey. I'm getting the barbecue.
There's a little bit of spice in the back.
Yeah, maybe a little
crazy.
bit.
Imagine
Yeah.
as I pick it up, it just all shatters. We also got Shirley Temples from there.
Be careful with that. That are apparently twist offs.
Yeah. I just looked at the bottle and assumed that it was, oh, it's delicious.
Fantastic.
But besides that, guys, we
Tastes
are
exactly like when you get it at a bar mitzvah.
actually in the third week of the playoffs. I think I lost again. I'm not even looking anymore.
I lost in the semifinals by 10 points.
That's unfortunate. So who was?
Ramondre didn't show up.
He
He
really
got 3
didn't.
points.
He really didn't. He was really upsetting. So was the entire Patriots. I'm not mad about it though, because between the Patriots losing and the Dolphins losing, the Jets actually have a chance. We're starting
No.
Michael Weichel again. Zach Wilson is just starting his new shift at Checkers over on Portion Road. And
I can't believe that they're still at 7 wins.
that's the thing. I thought about that too. We might both actually eat this chip.
I hope so. Like, I really, it would be hilarious if we lose these next 2 games just so we both have to eat the chip. Like, we just need one more win for just me to eat both.
Literally. And but it's crazy because like the next week is gonna decide if we both eat the chip or not, because there's no shot we're beating the Dolphins.
Yeah.
We're taking. I think we still have to win out though, and if they rest, the only reason we'll be able to beat the Dolphins is if they rest Tua, which I think they should do.
Well, he's in concussion protocol right now, and Teddy Bridgewater's going to start on Sunday. So we'll see how this goes. But Teddy Bridgewater's always a solid backup quarterback. He's really good. But yeah, Ramondre didn't show up for me. David Njoku didn't show up for me. Got me 3 points. Pittman, I needed from Pittman and Godwin. I needed 32 points. I was like, all right, it's possible. Last week, Godwin got 22, Pittman got 18. That's 40 right there. I feel like it's reasonable. Godwin got me 14. Pittman got me 7.9.
Yeah, Pittman and me had to have a discussion because I bet, and I want to pull up the exact bet actually because it bothered me so much.
He was 1 yard short.
I was 1 yard short, but let me show you the whole parlay I had. Now, was it a lot of money? No. It was, I think I was going to win like $35. But it's the principle of the fact. Let me explain to you everything that caught up to this moment for us both to be disappointed by Michael Pittman. So, the Chargers and Colts game had to be under 45.5 points. That's easy. Justin Herbert had to throw for 200 plus yards. Easy. Austin Eckler for 40 yards. Pretty easy. That's why this wasn't I wasn't getting a big payout for this.
Yeah.
Money line, Chargers, easy. The only thing I needed was for Michael Pittman Jr. to get 40 plus yards. And for that game, he got 39. The rage I had in my body. Insurmountable. I'm glad that I'm not such a degenerate.
It cost me a trip to the finals.
It did?
Fantasy finals.
It did, and you probably would have had a much better chance than the next team.
No. I probably would have lost. Derrick Henry's not playing this week.
Oh, that's true. Oh, yeah, I want to talk
he's
about
been my
that.
one saving grace, man.
That's right. They're resting him up, and they're also resting Ryan Tannehill, which I can't imagine he plays better rested or active. But that's beside the point. They're starting
Josh on IR.
He's on IR?
Yeah, he's got put on IR.
But
yes, they just brought back
Joshua Dobbs. Dobbs.
Went to school at Tennessee. I'm pretty sure he went to Tennessee. Yeah, he did.
Now see.
Starting for the Titans tonight. So we'll see how
What's frustrating is Tony Pollard is out for the
Yeah.
Cowboys. So,
How's that make you feel?
very frustrating because had I gotten to this point, Zeke is going to run easily. He's going to carry that game. Now let me explain to you. We upped the degeneracy a little bit.
Maybe we're having more spicy.
Yeah, a little bit. I have so much trust in Ezekiel Elliott. I got him down for 2 touchdowns. CD Lamb anytime touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott for 40 plus yards. CD Lamb for 225. CD Lamb for 50 yards, and Dak Prescott for 225 plus yards. It's quite a tall order, but I'm here for it. But I think it's going to be a very easy Cowboys W. I can't imagine. Because what other real weapons?
The only other thing I can see happening is the defense just shutting down Dallas. But it being a low-scoring game because the Titans' offense can't do much against the Dallas defense. So yeah, I think if anything happens, it's going to be either the Titans' defense shutting down the Cowboys and it being a low-scoring game with the Cowboys still winning, or the Cowboys just going ballistic on the Titans.
Slaughtering them. Treat them like the first half of the Colts-Vikings game. First half.
Yeah. We're not talking about the second half.
It's really
That's the part where they lose.
Oh, really? I couldn't imagine.
Speaking of losing. The Jets.
That was, you know what, I can't even be mad. I really, egg on my face, 100%. In the beginning of this...
That was such a bad loss.
That was
such a bad game to watch.
It was a really rough one. I lost so much sleep because I had to get up at 5 a.m. No, I had to get up at 3 a.m. for a 5 a.m. client for Friday morning. And I decided to waste my sleeping time watching that train wreck. I knew going into this game it was going to be a tough game because the Jaguars are dialed in right now. But that was bad. That was really rough to see. If it wasn't for the fact that we had such a phenomenal defense, that would have been a blowout game. It would have been depressing. But in the beginning of this year when we were making our predictions, I remember saying we have the easiest back end of this season. We have the Detroit Lions, we have the Jaguars, we have the Seattle Seahawks, and then we have the Dolphins. Now, Dolphins, I dragged it on that one. But at the time, we had literally the 2 worst teams in the NFL, and then the Seahawks, which didn't even have Geno Smith starting yet. I think it was still Russell Wilson at that point when we made this prediction. And I still said, no?
He was on Denver for a while, like since this past offseason.
So who was supposed to start this Seahawks?
Drew Lock.
Drew Lock. I still stand by what I said. I thought it was going to be a joke of a year. A joke of a 3-week shot, and then we're going to lose to the Dolphins. I admitted to that. Probably not. But then, all of a sudden, the Lions decided they just clicked so beautifully. I'm happy for it. I'm here for it.
It's a great team.
It's a phenomenal team. And then Trevor Lawrence decided to be the number 1 draft pick, and Zach Wilson.
He's him. He's him Duncan. Him Jones.
Himbo Slice.
Himmy Carter.
Himmy Neutron. But no, he's been playing absolutely phenomenal, gangbusters. Now, meanwhile, the number 2 draft pick, not so much.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Is it he's getting in his own head? Is it he doesn't think that he should be improving? Is it? I also think the O-line doesn't like him.
Well,
I mean, I'd be mad too if you bought me a Vespa. Did you see that? He had like a line of Vespa scooters for the offensive line. I feel like it's such a weird gift.
he's just standing there.
Like, bro, at that point, don't give me anything. Honestly. Give me a slap in the face if you're going to give me a Vespa. But it was a nice gesture, and I know he's trying to do his best, but it's so funny because I feel like it's a different O-line when Mike White's back there. I feel like he has time to throw, and I don't know if that's just because he doesn't take 30 steps back, or if it's because he just has that cool, collected...
He's the commander of the offense now. They're not buying into Zach Wilson anymore. He lost their trust in their favor, and Mike White is him.
I'm very excited. Hopefully, the offensive line does keep him safe against the Seahawks defense, which they have.
It's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough.
Tariq Woolen, another rookie Pro Bowler, much like Sauce Gardner.
Sauce Gardner is incredibly humble, and I respect that about him. He said straight up, if he could give away his Pro Bowl vote to DJ Reed, that he would. He has so much respect for DJ Reed's position in the defense, and I do agree.
I think DJ Reed was voted a Pro Bowl alternate.
Oh, really?
So if there's one of the starters that's like injured or playing the Super Bowl, he'll fill in for them. So he got partial flowers for this season. But yeah, no, absolutely. Sauce is incredibly humble. I mean, he doesn't brag about how good he is or how he plays, and if he does, it's in a subtle way, like how he tweeted. Excuse me, he said, I'd take a win over not getting targeted once in a game any day.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Which is crazy to think about.
He's up there, man. He's an astounding...
In one game.
No,
that's exactly what I was talking about the other week, about having that one guy that shuts down that one side of the field. That leaves the other 10 guys to
pick up. And that's why you see such an amazing output of CJ Mosley.
He's the real deal. Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, you have that one side of the field, much like Revis Island, completely covered. So that's why you have a Jordan Whitehead who can actually run up and get a sack or apply pressure. You have CJ Mosley who can properly spy. Yeah. You have DJ Reed who can really cover his man. It's a beautiful.
Jalen Ramsey used to be like that. Jalen Ramsey used to be shutting down whole sides of the field. And even like a few years into his Rams career, he was doing that. But
he's still a phenomenal defender. I think it has.
He gets burned a lot though.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think it's just he doesn't have the same burners.
He got juked out by Debo. Missed the tackle. Debo scored the touchdown on that one long play. But
that's also Debo Samuel.
Well, he stopped trying on a deep ball to Stephon Diggs that turned into a touchdown.
I hear that.
He's getting burned by guys. Last year he was getting burned by Darnell Mooney, or was it 2 years ago? I mean, I think he might have let his skill get to his head. I think he started talking more than he was walking.
That could be. But
that's just my opinion.
Besides the fact, how about that Rams team though? With Baker Mayfield at the helm. Yeah. This has been such a surprising back end of the year. We have the Jaguars and the Lions making a comeback. We have Baker Mayfield.
The whole year's been crazy.
No, you're right. The whole year has been crazy. But I'm just thinking about here and now.
They're just keeping that same energy.
Yeah, honestly, it's been such a wild year. I'm all here for it. But we have, Trevor Lawrence turning in. We have Jared Goff coming in. We have Geno Smith on his revenge tour. We have Mr. Irrelevant with the potential to the Super Bowl, bro. I'm not going to lie, that would make me laugh. That would make me belly laugh. if Brock Purdy.
The fact that he's got like multiple like 2+ touchdown games, 200 yards, like he's throwing the ball. He's being Jimmy G.
He's not scared. That's a kind of a backhanded compliment. It's like compared to me to your local YMCA lifter.
That's all you need for that 49ers offense is you need someone that's like
you
Jimmy
need an
G.
average quarterback. That's right. You don't need a phenomenal quarterback.
Yeah.
I stopped myself.
It just so happens that having Trey Lance as a phenomenal quarterback makes that offense better because you have just a better dimension in the throwing game.
Now, do you see Trey Lance starting next year?
Absolutely. He was starting this year when he got a season-ending ankle injury.
Now, with Brock Purdy, though, takes him all the way to the Super Bowl.
I don't know.
Do you think they change that up? Or do you think he is a high-value quarterback that now can go wherever he damn well pleases?
I think they keep Trey Lance as the starter, keep Brock Purdy as the backup, and move Jimmy G.
To a retirement home. I agree. I want to...
Oh, my God. This guy.
I want to euthanize a majority of our quarterback. Listen, I'm so excited for this new era of quarterbacks. And you know what? Maybe Zach Wilson needs to go to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and have a great career there, and have Mike White start for my Jets, and have Tom Brady go home, and Aaron Rodgers. I don't care, but Jimmy.
They're benching Derek Carr for the last 2 games.
I did see that. He's done. He's not coming back. There's no chance. It's very upsetting.
Devontae Adams is probably going to lead with him.
You think so?
This is the whole reason he's in Las Vegas.
That's a good point. Yeah. Wait, do you think he's going to go back to Green Bay with his tail between his legs? You think he's going to be like, hey, you up? What's up, stranger?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think he'll probably follow wherever Derek Carr goes. I mean, they've had a phenomenal season together this year.
Yeah, but they've been the whole show.
The Raiders, The Raiders aren't good.
Minus Josh Jacobs coming in at the tail end of the season, but at that point, Josh Jacobs. Sorry. Too soon?
I took him from you and then I traded him away for nothing.
Yeah, now look at you. Hey man, it could be worse. You could have got rid of CeeDee Lamb. I would definitely be in the Super Bowl not even taking out if Breece Hall didn't get injured, no question, I'd probably still be undefeated. But if I didn't make that stupid call on CeeDee Lamb, and benched Mark Andrews earlier, I really was holding out hope for that monster. But it was stupid on me to think that not having Lamar Jackson would make a difference. But bygones, next year I'm smoking you all. I will have
we'll see.
Much more erratic and unconventional draft picks, and you will be even more terrified and unsettled.
I don't look forward to it.
I'm very excited. I want to do fantasy basketball next year too.
I'm in the league right now. I am in 9th place.
Out of
10.
Who's doing worse than you? In auto draft?
No. People just don't check their lineups. But I started out my season so bad because a third of my team was injured for multiple weeks, months. So I didn't have all my starters, all my good players, and I was just losing. And now I got my guys healthy, and I'm winning. I'm trying to just dig myself out of this hole.
Who are some of your top players right
now? Definitely Jordan Poole with Curry being out. Jordan Poole's putting up a lot of points for me. That's really all he's good for, because I do 9-cat. I also have LaMelo Ball, who's gotten me a couple triple-doubles. He's phenomenal for me. But yeah, 9-cat is essentially just you have 9 different categories, like so. Field goal percentage, 3 points made, points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks, double-doubles, triple-doubles. And throughout the week, your players, they contribute whatever they contribute in a game to this point total for the week. So right now I'm leading in 6 of the categories versus 2 for the other person.
I see.
So you want guys that are going to put up a lot of well-rounded stats. Also want to shout out an underrated waiver wire pickup I made, Jalen Duren, the rookie center for the Pistons. You look at his game log, last game, 18 rebounds, 12 rebounds, 14, 11, 14, 19. Bro,
So he has that category locked for you.
Bro, he's putting numbers on the board.
Beautiful.
Love to see it.
Now, are all those numbers just rebounds? Or is he kind of like across the board?
He's getting points from me too. He's getting like a high field goal percentage because a lot of big men have a high field goal percentage because they're not shooting a lot of shots. They're either dunking or they're doing layups or whatever. Mm-hmm. So obviously they're going to shoot 100%.
That's a good point.
But yeah, no, he's definitely one of my more favorite contributors. Yeah. I just got to wait for Chris Middleton to come back from injury and Karl Anthony Towns to come back. But even like Towns has been kind of mid for me. And he was my first round pick. I'm very upset about it. But, you know, you live and you learn.
Exactly. This is your first fantasy league for football, right?
My second year doing fantasy basketball. I think I did it last year or 2 years ago. And it was like 8-team league. And it was just weird. Mm-hmm. I didn't fully understand it. And nobody was like really fully into it. So I wasn't really following too much. Excuse me.
Fair enough. Now, are you actively trying to keep yourself going in the playoff bracket, or are you kind of taken out of it already?
I mean, I fixed my lineup to adjust for who's out, like who's injured, but
you're not putting a lot of heart and soul into it, not thinking.
Yeah. I mean, if I get third place, I'll make some money back. So.
I didn't even think of that. I thought it was. I couldn't remember what we decided. If it was winner take all or if it was brackets. Damn, I probably would have actually tried a little more. Oh well.
Well, that's on you.
Yeah. I mean, listen, I made it to the playoffs this time. I'll take that. Yeah. I didn't even make it last year. I was dog water. I think I had 3 wins last season.
I don't remember. All I remember is
it was rough.
You were bad.
It was really bad.
You didn't check your team enough. That was really it.
I didn't check my team up. I didn't
keep up with like the injuries and like swap out your lineup.
I didn't draft. I didn't like use my waivers at all.
It happens. You learn.
Yeah, it happens. And now look at me.
Can't win them all.
Can't win them all.
Am I right or am I right? This is my 7th year doing fantasy. I've won once.
I mean, I think that sounds like a user error because 3rd time's a charm for me, baby. We're taking.
I make the playoffs every year I play, except for 1 year. That year I did horribly because all my players just got injured and I got really depressed.
It happens. Happens to the best of us.
You learn.
You learn. You move through it. But
yeah,
my other team, I must have made the playoff. I think they don't even have a losers bracket though. They just when you just get knocked out.
You guys are?
Huh?
That's how mid you guys are.
Wow, that's really crazy. It was very average. I would probably do that again. Unless I do multiple with people I know, I'll probably do another like just hop into some strangers, fantasy league for the love of the game, just to practice my craft, to hone and fine tune my skills.
I used to do that when I was younger.
You're calling me a child?
No.
Don't sass me.
I just wasn't old enough to have friends that did fantasy football.
No, I got you.
I was in like 8th or 9th grade maybe. Mm-hmm. I couldn't tell you a single player that I had on my team at any point. Maybe I had Chris Johnson. Who's to say?
Who's to say? But it's okay. It's alright. I think I'm trying to think if there was anything really crazy that happened last week, minus the absolute Slobberknocker that was the Jets game. I mean, there was a couple cool games, but it's quite a word. I haven't used it in a long time, but I'm bringing it back.
You used it before?
Many times. I don't remember the context. And
you should be arrested.
You got me. Alright, so, with that being said, let's get into predictions. We got the NFL Thursday night game, which is going to happen in about an hour. Cowboys-Titans, it's safe to say Cowboys.
Yeah, I'm going to go Cowboys as well. Especially no Derrick Henry, no Ryan Tannehill. Not that he makes the team any better.
No. Who knows? This quarterback could come in and just absolutely annihilate. Now that is said, and I lose $500, I'll be a little upset. But with that being said, the Cardinals and the Falcons, 2 really stinky teams this year, which is very surprising. The fact that the Cardinals are 4-11 means that Kyler Murray is master prestige.
I'm taking the Falcons on this one.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. I really those 4 wins have to be flukes. Like the Cardinals and the Raiders have this very similar level of dysfunction and chaos that the whole team has. They really aren't a team. They're not a joint unit. They look like an intramural men's
Yeah.
Football team that they kind of meet up at the same park at the same time.
A lot of dysfunction.
A lot of dysfunction. Next we have the Bears and the Lions. Now, I love me some Justin Fields, but the Lions are going to take this one. For sure. Yeah, you can't even argue with me. Next we have the Broncos and the Chiefs. Bronco country, let's drop it. The Chiefs are going to smoke them. It's going to be really depressing. That was something I wanted to talk about. It was the Rams-Broncos game. Russell Wilson threw more interceptions in that game than he threw touchdown passes all year. Like, it was just...
He finally has as many touchdown passes as he has bathrooms.
He's equal, right? He hasn't even surpassed it yet. And we're in week 17. It's insane.
Listen,
I've never seen, like... I want to know who had the idea to make the Russell Wilson trade and where he is right now because his life is in danger.
Yeah.
Not by me, I don't care. I find this hysterical. I get to see Geno Smith do his thing. Dolphins and the Patriots. Either way, I'm a happy AFC rival.
I'm taking the Dolphins on that one.
I'm going to take the Dolphins. Even if they bench Tua and give him some rest, I think the Patriots, all they had going for them was Ramondre Stevenson. And he's banged up and he's not going to really produce the same way. Next we have the Colts and the Giants. The Giants were such a fall from grace. Like, so this is what you were talking about when you were saying it was a crazy year in the beginning. The Giants absolutely smoking the game. Any chance they could.
They were 7-1.
They were 7-1. They were insane, and they haven't won since. Oh no, they've won once since.
Yeah, bro, it's so bad.
It's
Colts
crazy.
are worse, though.
The Colts are worse. You're right. So I'm gonna go with Giants.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a field goal heavy game. I think it's gonna be a whole lot of kicks. Whole lot of kicks.
I think Saquon might eat.
You think so? Mm-hmm. I'll give you that. But he's going to eat a lot of first downs and then kick a ball. Next we have the Panthers and the Buccaneers. Oh no, I'm sorry. We have the Saints, Eagles.
Taking the Eagles on that one.
It's still Minshew, right? Still Minshew mania?
Yeah.
That was tough. It was tough that he fought a good fight, but that Dallas defense, man. They had him.
Saints defense not like the Dallas defense.
No, it's gonna be
Minshew mania in one.
Minshew mania is gonna go crazy. It's so funny watching him. I want to see him and Chris Stradler have like such a. I don't know. I just want to see them stand next to each other because they look very similar.
Or,
but I don't know. I think that would make me smile.
See them stand next to each
I want to. What? Like I was gonna make a joke and I lost it.
Took off another place to land.
Shut up. Panthers and Buccaneers. I'm gonna go with Sam Darnold putting Tom Brady to rest.
Never in my life. But those words go together in a sentence. You look back at 2018 when Brady was still on the Patriots and Darnold was a rookie, and you're gonna say Sam Darnold is gonna wipe Tom Brady?
It's not that I believe in Sam Darnold. It's that I am praying on Tom Brady's downfall. And if you lose to the Carolina Panthers, I hope that's your sign to retire.
No, I'm just saying, that's a wild sentence to say.
It is.
Knowing the history of the NFL.
Oh, knowing the history of Sam Darnold as a Jets fan, knowing the history of Tom Brady as a Jets fan, yeah. There will be something in my soul that will unlock, and I'll be just a little bit happier in general.
And in the same conference again, too. NFC South.
Life got a funny way of working. Next, we have the Browns and the Commanders.
I'm taking
The Commanders
on this one.
because the Commanders' defense is going to beat Deshaun Cosby, as we say around here.
You see, he's going on tour in 2023. He's doing a comedy tour. Bill Cosby.
Okay, I thought you were talking about Deshaun Watson. Like, honestly, the funniest thing he can do is keep playing football. Because that's just jokes on the field.
The fuck? Oh, man.
I heard he was talking about it, but I didn't know that was true.
That is silly.
Now with Bill Cosby, I heard this question from one other place. Now I want to ask you: do you think he's gonna keep his squeaky clean comedy, or that now that he's outed as this monster, is he gonna go like the Bob Saget route?
I don't. He's got to go.
He's got to.
You can't go back.
You can't go back to family-friendly comedy
like,
after
we know what you did.
107 women stand up against you. Like, oh man,
you can't Jello pudding pop your way out of this one, Bill.
Oh, at that point, just play reruns of Little Bill and be like, remember when I used to... remember when I was
a good influence?
Yeah, oh my god. Little Bill! But he was literally me.
That show hit.
That show hit. And I was so happy because his name is Bill.
Literally.
Bro, I was glad to see myself on the TV. I was represented as a Little Bill. But you know, the Commanders' defense is going to just mop the floor with them. Amari Cooper is questionable. I know he's working with some stuff. God knows what's happening to Nick Chubb. I gave up on that. And it's not going to happen. We'll see you again next year. Hopefully without Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, bro.
The Jaguars and the Texans, the former stinkers going up against this year's stinkers. The Texans are just getting their teeth kicked in. I can't imagine being a Houston Texans fan, and that's coming from a Jets fan. That's really tough.
I used to like the Texans.
Why? Oh,
Back in like 2009, 2010. No.
for that?
Yeah, when they had Matt Schaub, Arian Foster, Andre Johnson.
Alright.
Dude, I loved Andre Johnson. He was so good.
Settle down.
Sorry, bro.
Next we have the 49ers and the Raiders. Mr. Irrelevant versus Mr. Bench.
Yeah, I'm taking the 49ers.
49ers, easy. No, there's no debate.
Yeah.
Who's their starting quarterback now? For the next 2 weeks?
Jarrett Stidham.
Oh.
Former Patriots backup.
49ers 70, Raiders 3. Jets Seahawks. Geno Smith Revenge Tour ending right here in my mental health. I'm torn because last week when I thought we had no playoff opportunity, I wanted the Seahawks to win. This week, I will still be happy if the Seahawks win. But I believe in Mike White. And I love to see Mike White. Next, we have the Vikings and the Packers.
I'm thinking the Vikings.
Kirk Cousins is going to... Is this prime time? 4:25? Kirk Cousins is going to...
No, that's afternoon.
It's afternoon. It's not... Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because Kirk Cousins is still him. Jay Jettis is going to get 13 touchdowns. And I'm dragging it. My buddy Hackinson, who I hate for no reason. No, yeah, I got to say Vikings. The Packers are not it. I don't know how they're even 7-8. Like, that's really crazy to me. They really are just a horrible team. They're not necessarily a dysfunctional team. I feel like there's a lot of function. They just don't have good people. I mean, Lazard, Dillon, Jones, they're not bad, but they're not really that good either. We have better wide receivers. Next we have the Rams and the Chargers. We have...
I'm taking the Chargers in this one. I don't know.
I'm going to go with Rams just for the sake of being against you. And also, I love to see a good underdog story, so I love to see Baker Mayfield win. Despite my hatred for him in the beginning of the season.
I hate Baker.
You hate Baker?
Mm-hmm.
Still stand by it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry you have that hatred in your heart.
Well,
I have it for Tom Brady, so I can't hate. I can't really talk bad to you. Next, we have the Steelers and the Ravens. Now, I believe the Steelers played the Panthers last week. So, in theory...
So, I was going to update you on how this whole thing is going. So, the Seahawks played them in week 11. Oh, no, week 14. Lost to them. The week after, they played the 49ers and lost.
Mm-hmm.
Now, after the Seahawks, Panthers played the Steelers. They lost. Steelers then beat the Raiders 13-10. So they almost lost, which is crazy.
Winning 13-10 to the Raiders is essentially a loss.
The Lions just played the Panthers.
Oh.
And they're going up against the Bears this week.
If
a team they beat by 1 point 6 weeks ago.
If the Chicago Bears beat the newfound Lions,
The curse is real.
the curse is real.
I mean, it's outside of two anomalies. Steelers and the...
But is that really a win? Winning by 3 to the Raiders?
It was close to a loss. I mean, you can't take that away.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. So we'll see. In theory, if the curse is real, we'll see what happens. I'm going to go with... It's hard because the Ravens still don't have Lamar Jackson. And they're just falling apart at the seams. But the Steelers are just one of those teams that doesn't really have it. You have that... Is Pickett still up?
No, he played last week. That's why they beat the Raiders. I'm taking the Steelers in this one.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with the Steelers because Lamar Jackson is that team. They need to change that hopefully the next season, and I hope this showed them. And hopefully they pay Lamar Jackson his money. But we'll see. And then I'm super excited for the Monday night game. It is
gonna be a good game.
The Bills and the Bengals. I'm going Bills. Because even though the Bengals were in the Super Bowl last year, the Bills are going to win the Super Bowl this year, and I still stand by that. I said that at the beginning of this year, and I stand by it.
It's not a hot take, though.
It's not a hot take, but I'm right.
Yeah, you and millions of other
people. And everyone else who watched football.
Yeah. Oh, they signed Von Miller. They're going to win the Super Bowl. Oh, it's a bold take. You come up with that guess.
My fault. I still say the Bills, though. I think Von Miller is going to eat Joe Burrow.
He's out.
Von Miller's?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. He got hurt. Still no more defense. Whoa. Sorry, I'm too busy worried about my Jets trying to come back to life. Sorry, it's very emotional. It's a tough time for me right now.
Anyways,
I appreciate space. But that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you guys always checking in, coming in, seeing us eat and talk sports. Got a couple things working right now, coming in the works. I got a bunch of new hot sauce flavors for Christmas. I got a deep fryer, so we're gonna have some fun. I'm gonna try and get back on a schedule, especially with football coming to a close. I'm gonna try and find a day that we can actually cook our chicken again, have it nice and fresh, have new sauces. If you guys have any sauces you want us to try, comment them down below or message us. Our ads are gonna be down here. Wingboys is gonna be up here as always. Easy. It's not an expensive stand. It's a very cheap stand. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next week. Bye.